Saturday, Michigan found a way to throw on Ohio State and move the ball in the first half. In the second half, Ohio State adjusted and found a way to shut down Shea Patterson and the Michigan offense. But was there any kind of blueprint there for the teams ahead on Ohio State's schedule in the Big Ten Championship and in the playoff? Nathan, did the Wolverines kind of find something?
A little bit early in the game, and I think we always knew all along, though. I mean, we've said it before, podcasts on here, a quick passing game, hitting him over the middle, that was something that seemed like it would work. And if you could neutralize Chase Young a little bit, as long as you weren't leaving yourself susceptible somewhere else, you could produce. And Michigan driving twice in the first half, I should say, or first quarter, 2 75-yard scoring drives in the first quarter, something we haven't seen. The one hesitation I have, though, is that this whole personnel situation for OSU was really out of whack today. With no Shaun Wade, they were trying to find a fit. They had Damon Arnett at slot for a while, then they moved him back outside. They're going with different guys. I think that was a mess early on, and they were playing really confused. I think a locked-in still Ohio State defense with its full contingent of guys on the field doesn't have these kinds of problems early on in this game, and it's probably even less of a close game than it turned out to be. So I think that's the one caveat. If Ohio State is still fully healthy, they're much tougher than they look like today.
I don't know. I think Michigan still had a plan that would have worked even with Shaun Wade on the field. Obviously, they miss him. Shaun Wade's a borderline first-round cornerback. But I was impressed by Michigan. What did you think? Did you think that's something that, like, Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow or somebody in the playoff might have looked at and said, okay, maybe that'll work?
Yeah, at the number one name on that list of why the pass defense has been so great is Chase Young. We all know that. His ability to put pressure on the quarterback and get sacks and cause turnovers is why their pass defense is so good. Well, Michigan, he said it today. Michigan did something that most teams have done, but they did it consistently. They chipped him, they doubled him, they kept the running back on his side, and they got quick passes. A combination of those three things happened. It can't just be one and you don't do the other. You can't have Shea Patterson back there waiting on these long routes to progress because Chase Young's going to get to you. You can't leave Chase Young one-on-one because he's definitely going to get to you. You can't have the running back chasing other defensive linemen because he's definitely going to get to you. You need all three of those, and you need it consistently to where you're wearing him down because he's constantly going through all those things, and then he gets to the quarterback, well, the ball's gone already. They did that all game. Obviously, they didn't score every single time. And even when he would get there, Shea Patterson was smart enough to just throw the ball away. He didn't try to wait a little bit longer to make a play or try to scramble around. No, he got rid of it. He sent him out. I'm not getting sacked by this guy because everybody else seems to be having that happen to him. So that's the thing. Consistently doing those three things is what Michigan did. And I think if somebody else can exploit that with more talent, Ohio State might be beatable.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I talked to Chase's dad after the game, and he even admitted that. Like, nobody had done that. It was, credit to Michigan for that. I think we'd been waiting for the first 11 games for somebody to have a plan, an every snap plan for Chase Young. Like you said, you can't have a plan every now and then. Every snap you have to account for how are we going to stop that guy. A lot of the stuff Michigan did, that works against all defenses, right? I mean, no defense is invincible. But I think it was a reminder. It's just a reminder for Ohio State fans that the Big Ten does not have very many good quarterbacks. Shea Patterson was more effective than any quarterback Ohio State had played this season. And guess what? On the road to the national title, there are going to be some real quarterbacks on that path. So this has been the number one defense in the country statistically. People were freaking out on Twitter during the game and acting like something was wrong with Ohio State's defense. And yes, Shaun Wade was out, and yes, they were confused at times. But part of it is they just hadn't faced somebody like this. Yeah. So you have to get ready for the idea of they're not going to stop Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence. They can try to slow them down. It's a really good defense. It's not perfect. Steven, Nathan, Doug for cleveland.com.